7 to 10. Today we have taken a topic from biology on request. This is a very good topic and useful for all students from class 7 to class 10. And the topic is nutrition in human beings. The first question is, what's nutrition? So we eat different kinds of food. The foods contain nutrients. These are protein, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals, water, RFS, etc. that you have already learned. But what is the nutrition? The mode of taking food, or that is called intake, and utilization of food in our body to get energy is called nutrition. So it's simply nutrition is a process of intake and utilization of food in human body. Okay, how does it happen? So it takes place by a process that we call digestion in human beings, and the system is called a digestive system, and this system takes place in a canal, in a tract that is called alimentary canal, and that begins from mouth and continues up to anus. So it extends from mouth to anus. So we shall discuss one after other parts what happens in the system, in the digestive system. For your clear understanding, we have presented here, we have displayed here the points. So this is called a flow chart, means a mind map. Before exam, you have to prepare this type of mind map so that you can approach or you can write the answer sequentially, correctly, or in order. Okay? So when we take food, what happens in our mouth? Second point. So in our mouth, our teeth break the food into simple particles. Okay? And the mouth secretes saliva, is secreted by salivary glands. So when we eat food, even we see food, our mouth waters. And the saliva mixes with the food particles. Okay. So the proper mixing, like cement, your sand, and concrete mixer. Similarly, our tongue mixes the saliva with the food. So the proper mixing is done by our tongue. Tongue plays a vital role in mixing the food with saliva. Now clear? Then what happens? The food becomes soft and spongy so that without any harm, without any danger, it enters through a tube that is called food tube or esophagus. Okay. Then another operation takes place in our mouth. This is very important. The salivary glands, they secrete an enzyme called salivary amylase. Okay. And this enzyme breaks down complex carbohydrates into simple sugar or simple glucose. Okay. So in our mouth, digestion of carbohydrate begins with the help of this salivary amylase. And these particles mixes with the salivary amylase Okay. Then the partly digested food enters our stomach through a long tube that is called food pipe or called esophagus. That is called food. But the food moves forward. How? How does it happen? How does it take place? Here is the question. This question was asked. So that is due to peristaltic movement. Peristaltic movement that begins from pharynx to the anus. So what is that movement? That is rhythmical contraction and relaxation of muscles, that is longitudinal and circular muscle, so that the food is placed forward. As a result, the food enters our stomach. Okay, so empty to stomach. Now the food enters our stomach. So stomach is a sac-like structure that you have seen. For this, you please refer your textbook diagram so that you can easily understand what I described. So it is sac-like structure, and the inner wall of stomach contains gastric gland, gastric glands, gastric glands, and these glands secrete three juices. One is hydrochloric acid, the second one is pepsin, and third one is mucus. And what functions do they play? What are the functions? So let's discuss. So hydrochloric acid has two important functions. First, you see, it activates pepsin. It activates pepsin to break down protein. Suppose pepsin is inactive in acidic medium, it becomes active. And another function, hydrochloric acid also kills harmful bacteria that enter our stomach or body. And mucus. So mucus protects the inner soft lining of stomach from the acidic action. You know acid is corrosive, so the inner soft wall may corrode. So mucus protects the inner wall of the stomach from the acidic action. Now come to the next. Here, in case of indigestion, overeating, or excess eating like Sam, what happens? Sometimes he suffers from indigestion. Why? So due to indigestion, gastric glands they secrete excess acid, that is hydrochloric acid. He suffers from acidity. Then how to reduce it? So this is acidic pain. To reduce pain, we are advised to take antacids. That is milk of magnesia, magnesium hydroxide. You have already learned, already studied. Okay. So this type of indigestion takes place due to food infection or overeating, as the case may be. Then the what happens? Then pepsin breaks down protein. Okay, being activated by hydrochloric acid. Now the partly digested food from the stomach enters the small intestine. That we have mentioned here, food exit. The food exit from stomach to small intestine. and the entry is regulated or controlled by sphincter muscle. Sphincter muscle, this question was asked in CBC. So now food enters small intestine. And small intestine, actually not small, it's a long tube, but it's positioned like a coil-like structure. So it looks small, but actually it is a long tube. So complete digestion takes place in small intestine. This is very important, please. And the small intestine receives juices from two organs. One is liver, another is pancreas. So liver is the largest gland that secretes bile juice, and pancreas secrete two juices, that is trypsin, and one is the other is lipase. The lipase, trypsin and lipase. Okay, so two juices, bile juices and pancreatic juices, they enter our small intestine. But what is the medium of the food that enter from stomach to small intestine? You know, the food is in acidic medium. Okay, so in acidic medium, you see, in acidic medium, both pancreatic juices are inactive. So they become active in alkaline medium. So here bile is plays two important roles. First, you see, it changes the acidic medium of the food to alkaline medium so as to activate trypsin and lipase. Otherwise, they are inactive. And first action. Second action, the bile juice breaks down large fat globules into smaller fat globules. That is emulsification action done by your soap that you have learned in your carbon compound chapter. Okay. Now the two major roles that bile plays here. Now the pancreatic juices, the trypsin, break down protein, and lipase break down emulsified or smaller fat globules. Okay. In alkaline medium. Okay. But this is not the complete digestion. The intestine contains, but intestine has intestinal glands. These glands are present in the inner walls of the intestine. They secrete intestinal juice, and these juice, the protein, these juice convert or digest or simplify protein to amino acids, carbohydrates to glucose, fats to fatty acids, and glycerol. This is very important, you have to remember. Okay. Now food is simplified or digested. And how do our body absorb them? Now the question of absorption comes here. The inner wall of the small intestine contain finger-like projections. These are called villi, and they are rich in blood vessels, and they expand the surface area. They increase the surface area for absorption of simplified food. Okay, and each and every cell gets the food and carried to each and every part of our body. Now, the undigested food, undigested food along with water enter the large intestine. Okay, and in the large intestine, excess water is absorbed by the walls of large intestine. So what is left? What is the residue? That is called undigested food particles and roughage. They are removed. They are removed out through the anus, and the removal is controlled by anal sphincter. Anal sphincter. Okay. So from this we take food that is called ingestion, and here at the anus that is called exit of food, removal of food that is called defecation, that is called egestion. From ingestion to egestion, these are the steps of digestive system or digestion of food. Hope you have already understood. Please prepare a flow chart or a mind map for your understanding and expression in your exam. Stay tuned to watch our next video. If you like, please subscribe and share our series of videos. Thank you all.